What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so let's talk about Paul George, man. So, Paul George, I don't know. I guess it was his podcast. I don't know. I don't know where he was at. You know what I'm saying? I don't really watch most of these podcasts, to be honest with you. I know a lot of young people do. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have the time unless it's something that somebody sent to me that one of these guys said, and I'll try to listen to a larger portion of it if I can. But anyway, a lot of these guys are delusional, man. And Paul George is one of them. So, look, Paul George, of course, was at his best with the Indiana Pacers, and I would say that year that he played with the Thunder before he got hurt, right? And Paul George was good, and it's terrible that he suffered that catastrophic injury or that near catastrophic injury back in through 2014, which caused him to miss, I think, most of the 2014-15 season. But look, Paul George recently said that if it wasn't for LeBron James, he probably would have won a championship with the Indiana Pacers. Let me say it again. He said that if it wasn't for LeBron James, because, you know, LeBron was in the Eastern Conference for all those years, 8 straight NBA final appearances. So if it wasn't for LeBron James, he probably would have got one in Indy.
I'm thinking about it the other day. Like, had there not been a LeBron James, shit, I might have had one. You know what I mean? Had we not played LeBron James or there was no LeBron James, we might have had one in Indiana. You know what I mean? I felt the guy on the East. I felt like I was, you know, we played Carmelo, got Carmelo out of there. Shout out, you know, Mel. Played a tough Wizards with John and Bradley Beal. Nobody could come through us. Atlanta was a stacked team. Nobody could go through us. And, you know, that was that.
See, this is the thing, man. See, what applies to LeBron James applies to Paul George and the rest of these guys in that era. And I've said time and time and again on this channel that while it's true that LeBron Ramon James went to 8 consecutive NBA finals, part of the reason why he was so dominant was initially he was with the Miami Heat, who were a super team. I don't care what Rich Paul and any of these other clowns say. Then he went to the Cavaliers, who, for most of that period, had Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, right? And a really pretty good supporting cast. But the reason why he was so dominant in the Eastern Conference, because it was weak. It was a weak conference. As a matter of fact, after the decline of the Boston Celtics, after the dissolution of that team that could have posed a threat in Chicago with Derrick Rose and the injury and all that, and up until when LeBron left to go to the West, which you saw then the rise of Joel Embiid and the Celtics with Tatum and Brown, and then of course Kawhi got traded to the Raptors, and then the Eastern Conference really started rising again, right? But that was the weakest Eastern Conference when Paul George was over there since the 1950s. It's a statistical fact. Ain't just my opinion. It's a statistical fact. When you look at the wins and losses, you look at the dearth of all-star talent, in the East at that time compared to the West. It's a fact. So I don't care, Paul George, if you was going up against Carmelo and the Knicks. They only had one good goddamn team one year. I think it was 2012-13, right? When they won 54 games, or it was either 12. I think it was 13. One of those years. They won 54 games one year. Most of those other years, they were mediocre. Yeah, they had a 60-win Hawk team, but we all knew that team was bullshit. Even during the regular season, I was doing videos saying this team ain't going no goddamn where. So what you're trying to tell me is that somehow Paul George and the Pacers are beating the San Antonio Spurs in the finals. Or best yet, a prime Warriors team, a prime splat. Man, get the hell out of my face, man. Or the Kevin Durant Warriors. You're beating that team. No. You might win an Eastern Conference championship. I'll give you that. And that's about it. That's about it. I don't know what's up with these guys, man. When they get these podcasts, man, they start just, man, I tell you, man, like this goes right here to show you. A lot of these guys are very delusional about what they accomplished. And this is why they're so sensitive when it comes to criticism, because these guys really think that they're about 2 notches above what they really are. Paul George is good. He was. But when I think of those Pacers teams, I don't think of a championship team. I thought of a team that in the 90s, 7 seed, maybe 6 seed at best. That's just me. They ain't win no championship with that team when it really counted. And even then, in that weak ass Eastern Conference, that's as far as y'all gonna go, because they're gonna get knocked out in the West, in the NBA Finals, by whoever come out the West. Whether it's, and I forget when Paul George got there, but whether it's Dirk's Mavericks or the Spurs teams or the Warriors, or whether it's Kevin Durant's Warriors or whether the Splash Brothers, y'all ain't beating none of those damn teams. None of them. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.